Welcome everybody to the new ADV9 from Highfield Boats, a serious step up for the brand, a major step forwards for all of our dealers and our entire network, our first cabin boat. Come with me, we'll go on board and we'll show you some more details about this super elegant cruiser. Starting at the bow, self-deploying windlass option on this particular model. You'll notice the very bluff, sharp entry, giving this boat excellent riding. Bow thruster option, you can see underneath me here. And as we move back along the running surface, you can see that we've made this boat a traditional V. We haven't put steps on this boat. Specifically, there's a reason for that. It makes the driving experience much more simple, much easier for people with less experience. Steps are great in certain situations, but on this boat here, we have not compromised performance. You're still going to see 50 knots without all the worries of a stepped hull. Highfield's DNA is robust, strong product. What we've done with the ADV9 is we've kept all that robust strength, but we've made a huge effort with our design team to create something super elegant that belongs on a Mediterranean anchorage. And if you look at the lines of this ADV9, you'll agree with me, it looks absolutely stunning on the side profile. ADV9 has been designed with a maximum horsepower rating, 600 horsepower, so that's twin 300 horsepower motors. That will give you a 50 knot performance. She will run equally well with a 350 single, 450 single. This hull has been really set up to run in the most efficient way possible. This particular model, as you'll see at the stern end, has been fitted with a Seakeeper ride system. You also have LED underwater light options. There are multiple trim tab options on this boat, including Lenco and zip weight. Boarding ladder, as you would expect, with the full width swim platform, again allowing easy access to the water for you and your family. It's really not until you step on board this boat you start to understand the design philosophy, the features, the space that we've created in this product. First of all, we can start in the stern area. Immediately you can see we have boarding steps, starboard, port side, enough cup holders for you and all of your family throughout this boat. This is our L-shaped rear seating area with our secure transom gate on the starboard side. We've also added the option here of a flip-up starboard side bench seat to give you the full U-shaped picnic area with our teak dining table. And again, for those larger parties and you're on board with a couple of families or some friends, we've got an extra bench seat so you can sit 10 people comfortably around this picnic table and you really don't feel cramped. Great thing about this U-shaped bench seat is it's very simple to convert into one of the largest sun decks in this class. Drop down the backrest to give you open access to the ocean. The great thing about this sun deck is you can still use the sun deck side. If you have your kids on board, they'll want to be running in and out of the water. You flip up the starboard side bench and then you have a complete clear pathway into the boat while still retaining the usability of this huge sun deck. You can see the Highfield DNA is all over this boat. The roll bar is overbuilt, super strong, nice toe point up there for when you're out there towing your toys, and welded cleats as you would expect on Highfield boats. Coming forward to the wet bar area, as you would expect on a boat of this size, this particular model has been fitted with a gas cooking option, sink in here, high quality storage area. It's important to know that on this boat you have options for gas cooking, electric grill, electric hob with an inverter. While we're at this back end, you'll notice the stylish hardtop option on this boat with our downlighters, part of the standard package. Plus we have our RGB LED lighting all around this boat as part of our options package. For those of you that are using the sun deck at the stern end, we do have an extended sunshade with carbon poles. It really will give you the protection you expect in those sunnier climates. We've also, typically, as part of Highfield's DNA, thought about safety on this boat all the way through the design. So again, like every other Highfield, you'll have handholds in the right places. And rather than destroy the line of the boat, we have built a full-length handhold in the top of the hardtop. So there's never a point in this boat where you're walking around and you don't have something to hold on to. So let's now move into the helm station. You'll see on this particular boat, we have 2 fridges as part of our options package. So you have a starboard side fridge, port side fridge, keep everybody supplied on those longer voyages. 3 seats across the driving position. We have a heated seat option for those northern climate Scandinavian customers, UK guys. That is an options package. drop down, flip up bolster, again, as you expect on all Highfield boats, with the seats on sliders so you can adjust your seating position. And actually from a helm station point of view, again, footrest in exactly the right place, comfortable driving position, ergonomically extremely easy, and the visibility is fantastic. What we've tried to do with this hardtop is give you the shelter that you really want in all weather states, but your connection to nature stays exactly how you want it to be. And your ability to move around this boat from the helm station is so simple. We've kept everything center lined. We haven't made this boat asymmetric, which you have equal walkways, port and starboard side. And I think for everybody on the boat, it just flows much nicer. So while we're at the helm station, we have a 16-inch Simrad system here. We can actually fit twin 16s if you want to. We have options for 9s and 12-inch screens. We have our joystick system here, working with the Hondas, similar with the Mercury's 300 horsepower JPOs. Joystick integration with bow thruster is available on this boat. We have our Fusion sound system, speakers in the hardtop roof, speakers in the deck combings. Gives you an immersive sound feeling under here. It's quite incredible to hear. We have our Seakeeper ride controls on this boat with our VHF. Again, as you'd expect with Highfield, everything is easily accessible. Everything is right in the right place. And to top it all off, we have our Scanstrut phone charger here that just gives you that connectivity and that extra screen when you need it. Switch panels, most importantly, the first switch on the switch panel is the off switch. So when you're night navigation, you can dim those lights and improve your forward visibility. Thoughtful design features flow throughout this boat. You can see here we have 3 vents, demisting vents that are part of the heating package on this boat. So we have a gas hob, a gas cabin heating, and blowers, just to ensure a clear windscreen at all times. So we'll go up to the bow area now. First thing you'll notice, again from a safety perspective, is we have LED lighting on the combing steps. Again, so nighttime visibility for you when you're walking up onto the bow is a much safer place to be. Straight up the steps, really easy access. Again, as you would expect from Highfield, safety first. We have our bow railings. So when you're coming into the bow area, we have our pulpit rails solidly put in position here. And this really is a secondary sun deck to the stern sun deck. So comfortable place for 2 people to lounge and really maximize that good weather. And for those warmer climates, we have a second optional bow roof window, which for the cabin occupants will allow for a circulation of air that's super important in those hotter summer climates. Windlass controls. We have console mounted windlass controls. We also have our foot switches here for ease of use, so you can really have the visibility in those tricky anchorages, and our recessed navigation lights, which you're used to seeing on all Highfield product. If we come back to the line and we start to look at the hardtop itself, you'll see that on this particular boat we have our forward-facing laser light, giving you that option to really light up where you're going on those nighttime cruises. And we have a beautifully designed roof rack that sits on top, and that is weight bearing. The great thing about that is when you're going on your weekends, your longer voyages, you can store your tender, you can store a lot of your kit on that roof, which means that you keep your deck clear, none of that clutter that you're used to on a traditional rib. Radar mast for all of your antenna. There is a radar platform on there should you wish to fit radar to this boat. And going further aft, you can see we have our optional rod holders there. So for those of you who do want to throw a fishing line out, you can have that option, no problem. This beautiful, elegant color scheme is just one of the multiple color schemes available on ADV9. So before we go into the cabin, I just want to point out one of the massive advantages of ADV9. You can see already the freeboard inside this boat is something that we've worked very hard on. If you compare this to a traditional rib where you feel sometimes that you're on the boat, ADV9, there's none of that. ADV9, you are very clearly inside the boat. It feels like a much safer place to be for your family and your kids. As I said, this is the first cabin boat Highfield have ever built. Come inside, we'll show you some of the features that have really maximized the space available. We've worked very hard with the design team to make the entrance the most comfortable possible. So we've given you a really good height space here. It's a 3-level cabin roof. So again, your feeling of space is maximized. Optional seating over the toilet here, which again is a great place to sit when you enter the cabin. And you can see port and starboard side, we've got huge glass windows to really flood this space with light. And when you combine that with 2 roof hatches, and of course we have portholes, port and starboard, to really maximize ventilation, it's a really comfortable place to be. The cabin has heating options and air conditioning options, depending on your requirements and your climate The bed, again, is 2 meters long. Very, very comfortable place to spend a weekend with your loved one. Reading light, port and starboard, choosing your color, white and red, with wireless charging, both port and starboard side in the bed area. Your heating controls on this boat are accessible from your bed area. So we've really tried to make this a comfortable kind of nest for those of you that do want to maximize your time in those anchorages on those interesting islands. And for a little bit extra privacy, we have our blinds, port and starboard, so you can really close yourself in. We have fly screens on both roof lights and a full closure for when you need a bit more darkness. Again, sick. Storage. And our toilet system is an electric toilet system with a black water tank and a pump out, which corresponds to European and US legislation. So some top line specifications. She's about 9.1 meters long, about 30 feet, 3.3 meters across the beam. Fuel tank 450 liters, fresh water 95 liters, maximum horsepower 600, single engine 450, design speed 50 knots, sleek hull design, multiple modular options when you're ordering this boat. Thank you for watching this tour of the ADV9. It's a great step forward for our brand, and I'm really happy to present you this model.